Today, our topic is the philosophy of Epictetus in one video. Epictetus was a Stoic philosopher who lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still very important today. He believed that the key to a good life is understanding what we can control and what we cannot control. This idea is simple, but very powerful. Let me explain it to you. Imagine you are in a situation where something bad happens, like losing your job. At first, you might feel very upset and think that your life is ruined. But according to Epictetus, the problem is not the situation itself, but how you think about it. If you can change your thoughts, you can change how you feel. This is because you cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. This is the first big lesson from Epictetus. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot control. Now, let's talk about why this is so important. Many people spend a lot of time worrying about things that cannot change. For example, they worry about the weather or what other people think of them, or if they will get sick. But these things are not under their control. Worrying about them only makes life harder. Epictetus teaches us to accept what we cannot change and to put our energy into the things we can change. This way, we can live a more peaceful and happy life. Another important idea from Epictetus is that we should not let our desires control us. He believed that wanting too much can make us unhappy. For example, if you always want more money, more fame, or more things, you will never be satisfied. There will always be something else you want. Instead, Epictetus tells us to be happy with what we have. This does not mean we should not try to improve our lives, but we should not let our happiness depend on things we do not have. This is a very important lesson, especially in today's world, where we are often told that we need more to be happy. Epictetus also teaches us about the importance of self-discipline. He believed that we should train our minds to be strong, just like we train our bodies. This means practicing self-control, being patient, and not giving in to every desire or emotion. For example, if you feel angry, you should not act on that anger right away. Instead, you should take a moment to think about why you were angry and what the best response would be. This kind of self-discipline helps us make better decisions and avoid doing things we might regret later. Another big idea from Epictetus is that we should not be afraid of difficulties. He believed that challenges are a normal part of life, and that they can help us grow stronger. For example, if you are going through a hard time, like a breakup or a failure, you should not see it as something bad. Instead, you should see it as an opportunity to learn and become better. This is a very positive way of thinking, and it can help us deal with life's ups and downs. Epictetus also talks about the importance of being honest and true to ourselves. He believed that we should always try to do what is right, even if it is hard. This means being kind to others, keeping our promises, and not lying or cheating. When we live in this way, we can feel good about ourselves and have peace of mind. This is another important lesson from Epictetus. Living a good life is not about being rich or famous, but about being a good person. Now, let's talk about how we can apply these ideas in our daily lives. The first step is to practice awareness. This means paying attention to our thoughts and feelings, and noticing when we are getting upset about things we cannot control. For example, if you are stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry, you can remind yourself that you cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. This simple shift in thinking can make a big difference. The next step is to practice gratitude. This means being thankful for what you have, instead of always wanting more. For example, instead of thinking about what you don't have, you can think about the good things in your life, like your health, your family, or your friends. This can help you feel more content and less stressed. Another important practice is to set realistic goals. This means thinking about what you really want and what you can actually achieve. For example, if you want to be healthier, you can set a goal to exercise a few times a week, instead of trying to do too much at once. This way, you are more likely to succeed and feel good about yourself. Finally, it is important to practice self-reflection. This means taking time to think about your actions and how they affect others. For example, at the end of each day, you can ask yourself if you did something kind, if you kept your promises, and if you were honest. This can help you become a better person and live a more meaningful life. In conclusion, the philosophy of Epictetus is very practical and can help us live better lives. His ideas about focusing on what we can control, being happy with what we have, practicing self-discipline, facing challenges with courage, and being true to ourselves are all very useful. By applying these ideas in our daily lives, we can become more peaceful, happy, and fulfilled. Remember, life is not about what happens to us, but how we respond to it. This is the wisdom of Epictetus, and it is something we can all learn from. So the next time you face a difficult situation, try to think like Epictetus. Ask yourself what you can control, and focus on that. Let go of what you cannot control, and do not let it upset you. Practice gratitude, set realistic goals, and be honest and kind. If you do these things, you will find that life becomes much easier and more enjoyable. This is the power of Stoic philosophy, and it is a gift that Epictetus has given to all of us. Let us take this wisdom and use it to live our best lives.